We are living in uncertain times. There is a pandemic that is spreading across the world, infecting and killing people. There are shortages of face masks that are used to protect yourself from this virus. In a time like this, people want to know what is the best way that they can defend themselves against this pandemic, to protect their families. What if I told you that there was vital information that I could share with you to tell you how to defend yourselves against this virus? Well, there is. Luckily for you, I have been blessed with sacred knowledge from an Indian WhatsApp group where the most knowledgeable Indian boomers have given my mother information on how we can fight the virus and defend ourselves. If you couldn't tell, I'm being sarcastic. This video is actually about misinformation that is being spread via WhatsApp by crazy Indian mothers. Okay, so get ready for it.
Hold on to your butts.
Hello and welcome to Unwanted Commentary. I'm Coco, and today, as I said, we're going to be talking about misinformation about
the virus
that is being spread over WhatsApp to hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of unwilling Indian children, Asian children, and even Indian boomers. So let's just get into it. Now, if you don't know what WhatsApp forwarding groups are, you're probably not Indian or Asian, because let's be honest, they're the only people that use it. But if you don't know, let me fill you in. So, you know how white people, like Karens, the crazy white people, the moms, the people who are into anti-vax and healing crystals and all that stuff, they have Facebook groups where they go and they spread their nonsense ideas with other crazy Karens? Well, Indian people use WhatsApp forwarding groups for that. And these are kind of worse because on Facebook, a Karen can go to a Facebook group and talk nonsense with other Karens that are in the group, and then they can post stuff on their wall, but then you can ignore it. But with an Indian WhatsApp forwarding group, it's not so easy. Because if you are in the social sphere of this boomer Indian, my mom, you will get a WhatsApp message forwarded to you of whatever misinformation it is. Normally it's kind of harmless. It's annoying, but it's harmless. It's like, this is proof that you should be a vegetarian because it is good karma. Or something like, this is why you should be religious because it is good for you. Or any other kind of propaganda that pushes their agenda, right? And I've been wanting to make a video on this, but Today I had to make a video on this specific piece of misinformation because it is about the virus and it puts people at danger if they believe it and they follow it. So with all of that said, let's just jump into it. Here we go! So the other day, my mom shared this post with me on WhatsApp. And normally when I get a forward from my mom, when I see the forward, I kind of just I was like,
what is it this time?
I always just, read the first line and typically ignore it. So I read the first line. This is to inform us all that the pH of the Rona is from 5.5 to 8.5. And after I read pH of the Rona, I was done, so I kind of ignored it. Until later that day, which is when I was talking to my friends and they mentioned something about WhatsApp forward groups and I sent them this message, right? I was like, here's what my mom sent me. I hadn't looked at all the numbers, but as soon as I sent it to them, they're like, yeah, this is clearly garbage because it says dandelions have a pH of 22. What? A pH of 22.
Gotta call bullshit.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but the pH scale, which shows if things are acidic
Or basic.
goes from 1 to 14. Now, I'm gonna pull Mark Rober on you and do some science class, but I think 22 is out of range of 1 to 14, which means that a pH of 22 is impossible, okay?
Yes, science!
But there is more to this post than just these numbers, okay? So I'm gonna read this post as it was intended in the voice of, the person who probably started this forward group. The voice of an Indian man. So let me change my costume. This is to inform us all that the pH of the Rona is from 5.5 to 8.5. Research Journal of Virology and Antiviral Research. Now you see, that's how they trick all their unsuspicious Indian boomers into believing them. They put something like, ooh, the Journal of Virology, right? Because you just put a title, you put some authority, and people are like, you know what? It says something that sounds authoritative and, reputable, so I'll just believe it.
Idiots.
First of all, you shouldn't, unless something has a link where you can trace it back to the source, you should kind of be skeptical of it. All we need to do to beat the Rona, we need to take in more alkaline foods that are above the pH level of the virus. Like, this is stupid, okay? They're saying the pH of the Rona is this, and honestly, can a virus even have a pH? I don't even know. But they're acting like it's math and that the virus is in the negatives, and if you just add a bunch of positive numbers, you'll be neutral again, and that's how you fix the Rona. No, it's dumb. That's not how it works. Anyways, some of which are lemon, pH 9.9, lime, pH 8.2, avocado, pH 15.6, garlic, pH 13.2, mango, pH 8.7, tangerine, pH 8.5, pineapple, pH 12.7, dandelion, pH 22.7, and lastly, orange, pH 8.2. Now, I probably didn't need to list all those out, but admit, you probably got a kick out of how the Indian pronunciation of all those words were. So let's take a look. Now, first of all, the pH of water, which is neutral, is a 7. A 7. And everything below it is acidic. And everything above it is basic, like a Visco girl. Now, if this is saying that lemons have a pH of 9, according to science, that means that lemons are basic and not acidic. And from my memory, I'm pretty sure that lemons are acidic. Okay, so, and there's another one here. Avocado. I know that avocado is pretty basic. It's the favorite of the basic dumb Visco girl who likes to Instagram all her food and put avocados on toast. But I don't think it's more basic than freaking bleach that has a pH of 12 to 13. Like, Jesus, it's not that basic. And look at the dandelion. The dandelion is completely off the charts, okay? If dandelions were this basic, they would burn your freaking hands off, But yeah, enough about how these numbers are super incorrect. Let's go to the next part. You must increase your intake of the following foods to boost your immune system. Boost it up so high. Do not keep this information to yourselves only. It is very selfish, and you must not be selfish, okay? It is not the spiritual Indian way. You must pass it on to all your family and all your friends. Share this knowledge with them all. Okay, I know I didn't read that last part perfectly. I embellished a little. I even did the hand that all the gurus do when they're imparting knowledge, because I like to do the full caricature. I like to go above and beyond. So hit that like button, okay? But yeah, notice how the last line says, don't keep this to yourself. Share it out. Spread this misinformation to all your family and all your friends, so that they believe that all they have to do to protect themselves from the virus is eat frickin' dandelions. I honestly wonder if some poor Indian mom has been eating dandelions because she got this stupid WhatsApp for it. Or even worse, if she's making her children eat dandelions. Come on. Killing me. But I also wonder, what if this is just some messed up plan by some sadist who put that last line in because they wanted to check. They're like, "Arey, I wonder how many foolish Indian moms I can fool to spread this garbage." Okay? It saddens me, okay? Because either it's the first one and people are just dumb and don't know their basic science, or we have a malicious person that is deliberately spreading dangerous information to other people. And I mean, this wasn't the only nonsense WhatsApp forward I got from my mom. I got that other one that everyone knows about, where it's like, hold your breath for this long to test if you have the virus. You know, like, that one was garbage. We're not gonna go into that one. But yeah, you know, you should stay informed, and if you have a parent that gets WhatsApp forwards, you should tell them about this. Because after my friend pointed out the discrepancy in numbers, I went to my mom. I was like, Mom, you know how I always tell you that these WhatsApp forwards are garbage? And she's like, yeah? And I'm like, well, according to this WhatsApp message, dandelions have a pH of 22, which they don't, because the pH scale is from 1 to 14. And she's like, Arey, oh crap, you're right. It is nonsense. That forward was bad. And I'm like, yes, exactly what I've been telling you for years. Your WhatsApp forwards are garbage. Okay, so please, mother, stop sending me these stupid WhatsApp forwards, or I will go in, I will take your WhatsApp, and I will message all your friends that God is dead, so that they are super disappointed in you, and then you will have no friends. Okay, that's kind of harsh.
Just a bit.
But then I thought, if I don't know what nonsense forward she's getting, I can't tell her they're wrong, okay? And I kind of have to watch out for my mom. I have to be a cop. I have to be like, okay, you know what? This WhatsApp forward is misinformation. You shouldn't listen to it. Because if I'm not there to do that, she'll probably just end up believing it. And man, I am so happy that I was born in the 90s and not the late 2000s or early 2010s. I feel like my mom might not have vaccinated me. I feel like she would have gone on Facebook and read some garbage, and I'd not be vaccinated right now. So I'm very thankful for being born in the 90s. My mom is so... And I mean, not all the WhatsApp forwards that she got were bad. There were a lot of them pushing social distancing and like convincing her that she needs to not go outside the house, which I'm thankful for, because for some reason she doesn't like to believe her son, who has a master's degree, but instead she likes to believe some old religious Indian people whose brains are half jelly. And I guess all you Indian kids out there can probably relate. But yeah, the moral of the story is stay informed, stop misinformation from being spread. If you hear something that's wrong, tell them it's wrong, okay? And if they don't believe you, try to prove it to them, because this kind of information can really hurt people. If people are out there being like, I don't need a social distance, I eat a dandelion, and dandelions have a pH of 22, so I'm protected from the Rona. No, you know, that's how people get hurt, okay? So do your part, keep people educated, stop the spread of misinformation. And also share this video, especially you Indian people, and all the old Indian people in your life need to hear this. They need to know that they're being sent garbage. Also, leave a comment, let me know what other misinformation you heard about the Rona. If you appreciate this video and all the work I put into it, check out the merch. We now have mugs and stickers. I also have a Patreon page. I love my patrons. Thank you very much, patrons. And yeah, and as always, never share your password.